Good morning, technical advising professionals. It is October 11th on a Wednesday morning, and we're going to be talking about success stories from our Smarter Lunchroom of California Gurus. Before we do so, I do want to go over our webinar guidelines. I know it gets tempting. We want to multitask, especially when we feel like there's a certain part that isn't pertinent to us. But if we can have your full attention, and the call will be muted during the presentation. At the very end, we will have questions and answers, and you can also use the question section and type in any questions or comments throughout the webinar. And also, it's 45 minutes, so yeah, if you can stay with us the entire time, that would be great. There's going to be a webinar evaluation at the very end, and this is recorded so we can put this on the Technical Advising Professionals resource page. This is our agenda. So we have the introductions. We are so happy to have April McKill from Plumas Lake Elementary School District, and she's going to be talking about direct marketing to students, families, and nutrition services department. Then right after that, we have Dawn Soto from Los Angeles Unified School District, and she's going to be talking about nourishing children to achieve excellence using the Smarter Lunchroom movement. And at the end, we have our Miss Marianne Mills from UC CalFresh, who's going to be talking about announcements and facilitating the questions and comments. These are some of our objectives. We want to make sure that by the end of this webinar, you can take the information from Plumas Lake and Los Angeles Unified School District and identify what they did to make changes in their school districts. We also want you to be able to have a list of items that they purchased, or if the no-cost items were effective as well, so that you can take those items and spread them out across California to help your regions. And then we also want you to see how these various implementation efforts can be sustainable throughout the years. And then last, we want all of California technical advising professionals to be able to explain the success stories and resources from these two school districts, and again, so that you can share it with the folks in your region. I'm Candace. I'm from Dairy Council of California. I'm a certified technical advising professional for about 4 years, and I'm also in charge of the Promotions and Communications Subcommittee that is working through the Smarter Lunchroom of California Collaborative. And with that, I'll go ahead and pass it over to April McKill.
Good morning, everybody. My name is April McKill. I've been the Nutrition Services Manager with the Plumas Lake Elementary School District since 2014. In this time, our district has begun to dive into the Smarter Lunchroom movement techniques and practices. Our district is on the smaller end of the spectrum with about 1,200 students at the time of our Smarter Lunchroom grant project, and our immediate region is also moderately well resourced, and we have less than a 40% free and reduced eligible population. Our nutrition service team is now 11 strong, which is very exciting for me. That includes myself. At the end of our grant project, or at the time of our grant project last year, we had a labor force of 3 kitchen leaders for our 3 kitchen sites, 5 frontline staff members, and 1 catering leader, and then myself. So it was a labor force of 9 and then 10 individuals. So the biggest impact we had as a result of the Smarter Lunchroom of California project has been our student interactions. I found that the following points are particularly impactful for generating student buy-in and student buy-in. The posters pictured here are a result, the posters pictured here were developed by UC CalFresh and shared to us by the Dairy Council of California. It's a series of 5 posters along with some clings and vinyl stickers that we used up on our walls instead of the floors. The FMOT department didn't like that so much. We utilized images that were oversized from our actual food items, and we utilized free posters available through the USDA Team Nutrition to keep our serving line area interesting and our eating area to be interactive. Two of the big ways that we inspired interactivity are, number one, to host student art contests through the National School Lunch Week and School Breakfast Week. These are 2 times when more free resources are available, and we are actually in the middle of National School Lunch Week 2017 right now. We do display that artwork, and we do rotate that to keep the kids involved. The second thing that we've done has been to create art with our students. When they're finished eating, we provide art materials. Our noon duty supervisors who are in the eating area have resources that we've provided through our grant funding, which is basically just a whole lot of coloring pages, crayons, markers, and colored pencils. Basic activities that can be completed are suggested to the noon duty supervisors, but it's also a free-for-all as far as art goes. In our elementary schools, we have a play first, eat second model, and we frequently have speed eaters who are ready to head back to their classroom early. This activity gives those children something positive to focus on, and it has a very, very low impact for the adults in the supervising area. The next big impact change that we made was to our frontline signage. These are all direct marketing techniques to our students, and we need to make sure our students can actually see what we're marketing to them. We brought the level of signage from the average level of adults who are walking through the serving line down to the average level of our students, or slightly lower. You'll see here in this picture that we utilize the easy tag labels. These are sticky back labels that are magnetic, so you can slide different tabs into them, and you can switch out the labels very quickly. You'll notice that there's 2 different sets of these. Number 1 is on our sneeze guard, and number 2 is down actually on the tray slide itself. During our breakfast service, our students do self-serve breakfast items, and we do use these tray slide entree labels to make sure that students know what it is that they're looking at. We all know that the kids who are exposed to foods more frequently are more likely to put them on their plates and more likely to consume these foods. Having clear names for our foods helped to make it more familiar and helped to get the fruits and veggies onto the students' plates and into their bellies. The easy tag labels are available in 2 different sizes. The ones that are pictured here are the larger size. As a bonus to all of this, parents and adults who walked through our serving line were impressed with how professional we looked all of a sudden with everything being labeled. Another big impact that we had was our classroom visits. Just being in the classroom and talking about food got the kids excited about the cafeteria. We brought samples, which made it even better, and we enlisted our school principals to come and sample 2 ounces of milk, which is what's pictured here as our milk taste test. We know that the principals, student council, parent volunteers, and other school leaders have great power for generating buy-in for our program. And so we leverage their natural marketing power by offering them free food and stickers to be able to sit in on our resource lesson and be interactive with our students. We do keep our lessons short, and we use the no time to train model for some of them. We keep the lessons between 15 to 20 minutes and pair them with some type of a fun activity. Some lesson ideas that we used were My Plate, What Is It?, Dairy at Lunch, and 5 Veggies for Me. The activities that we used included yoga, taste testing, matching games, and more. We did have the benefit of having a wonderful dietetic intern from Chico State, and we were able to reach out to more classrooms as a result of having more people bought into the nutrition education. I often get asked how many teachers turned me down or told me no, they can't accommodate having me in the classroom. The truth is, nobody's turned me down, nobody's told me no, and nobody has blocked me from coming into their classroom. I use the smarter lunchroom techniques for choice architecture to remove that opportunity for teachers to tell me no outright. I want to get my message into the classroom, so I organize my plan ahead of time. I offer the teachers a choice of 3 to 5 different dates and times for a classroom visit, and I ask what is best for them. I immediately program it into the calendar, and because we use a Google platform, that calendar invitation and event is automatically loaded and shows reminders for the teachers and paraprofessionals in those classrooms. I also share with these teachers how many other of their peers have used my lessons, and I do show the adorable testing pictures to everybody. I have had some hesitation, and in those cases, I simply wait in silence. I want to stress the importance of waiting in silence. Generally, if a teacher starts to tell me why they can't have me come in and share free resources like cookbooks and stickers and free food, I just wait quietly, and the teachers talk themselves out of all the reasons I can't be squeezed into their classroom for 15 minutes. It's a very powerful tool. So we do also use direct student marketing by providing handouts. This not only is a wonderful thing for reinforcing our message, but also for making our message last through the school day. It's not just me coming in for 15 minutes, but it's me sending something home that they can reference later. And having these teacher resources is key. I can get so many of the free resources and get them and make them available to our students in the classroom on a daily basis. The team nutrition curricula are available for a wide range of age groups, and they make for a great rainy day plan for our teachers in the classroom and for our PE teachers on a constant basis through the school year. We also get free stickers from Team Nutrition and from the Dairy Council of California and from the Alliance for a Healthier Generation and wherever else I can find them. Stickers are the cheapest way to buy your students' love and to buy buy-in in the classroom from teachers and parents. We pick up colorful posters from Team Nutrition for free. And what I recommend is investing some time in getting these materials laminated. The teachers appreciate having materials that will last through the school year, and it really helps to be able to keep their volunteers in their classroom and provide these resources ready to go. So the resources we have pictured here include the Recipes for Healthier Kids cookbooks available for free through Team Nutrition. This is also available as a PDF, so if people prefer to not have a paper copy, you can send home a QR code that has a link directly to the PDF copy. I'll go over QR codes in a little bit and show you how we've used those too. We also have resources from the Dairy Council of California. The most popular one that I have found has been this small half-paged kind of a miniature book for parents to go through. It's for healthy resources for students and parents who are busy through the week. It's been a tremendously exciting tool for everybody. All of these resources can be ordered online through the Dairy Council of California website and Team Nutrition website. The Dairy Council of California resources can also be ordered directly from your community nutrition advisor with Dairy Council, which I guess would be a lot of you folks. Oop, got to click the next one. So here we have our nutrition ambassadors. This has been a phenomenal program that is actually having a lot of success this year. It got underway and had a lot of motivation from our Dairy Council of California TAP from last school year. And there are few things as persuasive as a student peer leader. The power of peer pressure can be a wonderful thing when we're modeling the positive behaviors and positive actions. The nutrition ambassadors here in the pictures are our dedicated group of 5th grade students from Cobblestone Elementary School, and they were given key messages about targeting food or other nutrition-related topics and sharing this information out with their peers during the lunchtime. Nutrition ambassadors also guest served our featured vegetables, handed out stickers to students who selected and tried the vegetables, and spent their time walking through the eating area sharing these nutrition messages. The student leaders were highlighted with special aprons and lanyards. And pictured here we have our nutrition ambassadors during our milk-focused training where we talked about the health benefits of milk and brainstormed more ways to encourage the peers to consume our unflavored milk in the cafeteria. The materials that we used in the meeting here were provided by the Dairy Council of California, all for free, and they were handouts that were able to go home with the students also. So it wasn't just in the meeting that we were reviewing the materials. And here we have our social media. I am very lucky to be a part of a small school district where I have been given complete free reign to be on as many social media platforms as I choose to be. We're all involved in social media, and it's very easy to extend that reach to our programs and our Smarter Lunchroom improvements and efforts. At Plumas Lake, we've started up a Facebook page, an Instagram account, and a Twitter account. And the great thing about having multiple platforms is we reach a greater number of families in our community. We also have students who follow us on Twitter and Instagram to see updates on the menu for the day, special menu features coming up, special cafeteria events, and more, the different things that are going on in their schools. What we do ask is that our team members send the pictures and any special messages to me, because I am the only one who has the permission to share things out. I'm not opening it up to everybody being able to just throw everything onto there. So I do recommend, if you use social media, to restrict your team that is sharing on social media to make sure that you're not oversharing or double sharing information, and making sure that you stay with a professional image. Now we're switching our focus from our peer interactions with our students to our community interactions with our parents. We needed to direct market to parents because the parents have the money behind the students' buying power. We need to make sure that we are a viable option for our parents. We want families to know how much we care about what their children are eating, and how what they are eating at school is affecting their school day and their day after they leave school. With our grant funds, I did purchase these giant, beautiful vinyl posters from the incredibly professional resource of vistaprint.com. And I used wonderful coupons that I got because I made multiple purchases with our grant funds through the year. Generally, if you make one purchase, they'll send you all kinds of coupons, and you can use those throughout the year. I also printed copies of our school menu, special menu days, and other events or information that I wanted to share out to families. And I sent those home on half-sheet or quarter-sheet pages with our students. We also made sure that we had QR codes that we put up on our posters so that parents waiting to pick up their children could just scan the QR codes on our posters and be taken directly to whatever message that I wanted to share with them. Some important ideas to remember here are to use posters to rotate information on at least a quarterly basis. This is something that's recommended by Smarter Lunchroom Movement, and it really does make an impact when you do not have the same poster up for the entire school year. We also made sure that our posters highlighted how many classroom visits we made, which was a great way to get more teachers involved and more teachers bought into the classroom visits. We highlighted our meal prices and meal benefit information to anything that we were marketing to parents. It is incredibly important for parents to know what meal benefit information is needed and what meal benefit programs are available. I've renamed the Free and Reduced program as the Meal Benefit Program to help put a positive spin on everything. We also include our QR codes. QR codes are those wonderful codes you see on everything that look like a bunch of black and white dots in a square. You can generate those for free online and print them out and stick them on anything that you're marketing to families. So we all know that everybody is busy, and one of the biggest things that I've added to my plate is adding a monthly menu and message to families. Our monthly menu and message to families includes the 10 tips from USDA on a given topic, a personal message from me, Harvest of the Month materials, the school menu, any school special events such as our example here, which was our National School Breakfast Week menu from last school year. And once I have the monthly menu put together and the monthly message put together, I have a template that makes it very quick to recreate on a monthly basis. I use our direct email messaging system to be able to connect with families. We also use our bulletin boards on campus and anywhere else that we can find them. This is a great free resource. I actually turned over an annual, all of our annual calendars and menus for the parent groups and PTO groups that we have, and they actually maintained it for me. Once they had all the materials, they could go in there and very easily switch out the menus, add another menu, and add the special events that are happening. Again, those QR codes were phenomenal in this marketing aspect because parents would browse through this area and they would scan and check out the different events and information I wanted to share with them. And here again is our classroom giveaways. I'll just touch again that if you want your message to last, you want to make it memorable. There's so many free resources that you can send home and make it memorable. We do use QR codes again. I print them and put them on the inside of the cookbooks that we send home so that parents can get a PDF copy of the cookbook, our school menus, and any other information I'm looking to share. Again, we're going to touch to social media. I do have different messages I send out for parents, but I do not have separate Instagram or Facebook or Twitter accounts for parents versus students. I do share out a lot more information that is geared towards parents on Facebook and a lot more information that is geared towards students on Instagram. We found that more parents are involved in the Facebook group and more students are involved in following us on Instagram. I've also been asked to do Snapchat, but I'm not ready to do that. We'll get there eventually, but not today. Here I've listed some of the free resources that we took advantage of to make our Smarter Lunchroom project a success. The biggest impact that I can recommend to you for the least amount of time invested is to sign up as a team nutrition school. Anybody that you're working with, have them do this before they do anything else. Once they're a team nutrition school, they have access to all the digital resources and the print resources available for free through Team Nutrition. Also the Harvest of the Month materials, which are available for free, and materials that are print materials that are available for free through the Dairy Council of California and UC CalFresh. The QR code generator that I use is this website here called qrstuff.com. It was recommended to me by my fantastic IT department, but you can work with your IT department or the IT departments of different school districts to figure out what's going to be best for them. And I believe all of this is going to be available for everybody to download. These are actually interactive links that you can click on once you download the PDF of the entire presentation. So some of the things that we purchased were the Descom labels, our wonderful, beautiful vinyl posters, and we also had magnets to hand out to families. That was from Vistaprint. I literally went to the dollar store for a lot of the things that we were looking for. Small things that made a big impact, like colorful baskets and tongs to practice salad bar etiquette, were all from the dollar store. It didn't hurt me if we had to replace them, and our staff were able to rotate things in and out based on the color decoration scheme they wanted to use. Amazon.com has saved my life many times. The link here is for some of the smaller tiered baskets that we use in our serving line. It's very affordable and it makes a great splash and impact. So to wrap up, I wanted to thank some of our partners that are listed here. I don't think I could possibly have a list of all of the partners who have made everything a success. But I wanted specifically to thank the California Department of Education, our Dairy Council of California, the Marysville Joint Unified School District, who is right up the road from us and has shared a lot of professional development resources for us. The Team Nutrition team has been phenomenal, especially with providing resources to us. And the California School Nutrition Association, we have a local chapter that has also provided wonderful professional development resources for my team and empowered them to really take charge over this project. And of course, our Smarter Lunchroom of California grant team, because we did try to give the grant back, and they talked me into keeping it and making it a success. So if anybody would like to talk to me, I would love to share more. I know there's a lot more than what we can pack into our 45-minute presentation. So right now I will turn our presentation over to Dawn to talk about another aspect of Smarter Lunchroom success.
Hi, Dawn. This is Marianne. We're having trouble hearing you. You might be muted.
Good morning, everybody. Technical issues corrected. My name is Dawn Soto with the Los Angeles Unified School District. I am the Senior Training Specialist. I'm very fortunate to have a fantastic, talented team of 10 training specialists, which I think is April's entire team, so kudos to April. But really excited to share with you all the fantastic strides we have done within our Smarter Lunchroom grants. Well, our lunchroom goal was to improve and systematically attract the attention of our targeted audience by using slogans, packaging designs, internal and external marketing strategies, as well as nutrition education. We wanted to improve the appearance and perception of our Cafe LA, that's what we call our cafeterias, and align our brands with current Smarter Lunchroom marketing strategies. We were very fortunate to be awarded with 2 Smart Lunchroom grants during 2016, and I'm here to share with you what we've done with our Lillian Elementary and Hollenbeck Middle School grants. Starting off, here's a beautiful picture of our drab Lillian Elementary before we implemented our grant with our marketing. And this is how colorful and fantastic it looks afterwards. What we did is we incorporated the principal, cafeteria staff, as well as our plant manager in all design aspects before we went ahead with any purchases or implementation of these strategies. So Smart Lunchroom concepts played a pivotal role in increasing an overall meal participation in Lillian Elementary. Absolutely, we did see a gain in our lunch participation of 11%, and we did that by providing fresh fruit cutting stations, providing reimbursable meal education for our students, campus awareness of our meal benefits with usage of science and printing materials, and we did reintroduce flavored milk this year. So the first thing I want to talk about in a low-cost, easy-to-use fashion is our fruit cutting stations. What this does, it reduces the amount of food being discarded. And when we're talking specifically apples and oranges here, kids want convenience. As Americans, we want convenience. So if it's cut, you're more likely to have a slice of orange or a piece of apple. But if you have to bite into it, and with these younger children with missing teeth and braces, it makes it a little bit more challenging. So what we did is we increased excitement by taking the cutting stations out into the lunch pavilion where students picked up their meal. Then they came over, and if they wanted it cut, we custom cut that fruit for them. And kids are very eager to see their fruit cut right in front of their eyes for their enjoyment. We created our stations conveniently located by the utensils and condiments so they could find us. And at the same time as they were cutting the fruit or the orange, our staff provided nutritional education with each individual student as to some of the benefits they can receive from the fruits that they were consuming that day. Here's just a sample of some of the science that we had out there. So there's 4 bullet points on each of the types of fruits that we were cutting that day. And so the staff would just rotate the message so they weren't saying it like a robot to every single student. Other successful strategies that we had was educating and enticing our customers on how to make a reimbursable meal. We also provided a campus synergy with the design of Smart Lunchroom strategies by providing creative names on our menus. So instead of just having a pinto beans, we'd had a zesty fiesta pinto beans as an example. Something you want to take advantage of is free advertising. By free, I mean on those PA announcements. You hear the announcements all day long. Why not have them talk about the fantastic things that we're doing in the cafeteria? This can help provide a healthy nudge to our students before lunchtime, as well as give them nudges with our after-school supper program, offering a positive outlook on our menu, getting them excited of all the delicious offerings that we have in our Cafe LAs. We created 2 slogans. We're very proud of our new Choose What You Want, Eat What You Choose, and our Taste Don't Waste slogans that students can easily understand. Slogans can go beyond nutritional education by also encouraging children and students to reduce waste. If you're going to choose something, we hope that you choose it, that you want to eat it, and taste it before you waste it. At least if you're taking 2 bites, those are nutrients that you're going to put into your bodies that are going to do better than feeding some well-fed trash cans. Each staff cafeteria member, as well as our lunch supervision staff members, each received a button with the Choose What You Want, Eat What You Choose slogan, as well as the office manager and our school administrators all wear the buttons. Now, Hollenbeck Middle School's grant, this is what it looked like beforehand. It didn't look too bad because we'd already done some internal renovations with the merchandisers that you see and the freshly painted walls. What we did is we took advantage of changing out some of the old dated murals that were painted on the windows outside. And this is before and this is after. Let's all get a yay. Woo! How beautiful that looks. Well, we're really proud of what we've done with the use of our grants. Some of the Smart Lunchroom issues that we had at our school were easily corrected by using Smart Lunchroom scorecards. With the scorecards, we were able to see a 4% lunch participation gain from marketing and signage improving our campus synergy, providing again the reimbursable meal education for both students and staff, and providing age-appropriate messaging. You're going to see a difference in the design from the Lillian Elementary to the middle school because we're looking at a little bit more of a mature audience. And what it did, it changed our lunchroom atmosphere and created excitement with our customers. Now during our place waste reduction, we provided fresh fruit, and place waste studies indicated that we did see a decrease in waste. So pre-implementation, we found that we were discarding 22 pounds of oranges and 52 pounds of apples. Those were whole apples and oranges with not even a single bite taken out of them. By using the fresh fruit cutting stations with our post-implementation, we see a 5% orange, which is a 77% decrease, and 13 pounds of apples, which is a 75% decrease. This was done solely by cutting fruit for the students, which it was a low cost or basically no cost to this cafeteria. Being creative with our approach allowed us to take full advantage of the grant that was awarded to LAUSD and create things that were both durable and scalable. So for example, you can take a fruit cutting station, use a fruit sectionizer with an average cost of $290. We had 2 of them in the school gaining dust. We cleaned them up and we put them out to be used. We also have durable table toppers, which is about $54 each, and you can save money by having the same company that designed it install your materials. Some no-cost resources that we've done. We were able to take advantage of our fantastic Dairy Council of California taps. We provide our fruit sectionizers again as a cost savings. We use in-house design because I'm very fortunate to have a talented graphic artist designer with printing materials readily accessible. So we were able to get those menus done at no cost. We use our currently salaried employees, my training specialists, again, fantastic people who are out there to get out there and weigh out all the wasted food that the kids were throwing away. Now I'm going to ask you to take advantage of your local waste management recycle center or your trash collectors and have them come out with you. We were able to use their scales at no charge. We had containers that we could weigh everything in, and it was really nice to have that partnership that they could see that we were trying to make ways with reducing the amount of waste that are going into our local landfills. Again, PA announcements are free advertising, and our cafeteria manager provided classroom instruction to every single of our classrooms at no cost. If you see over to the right, you'll see 6 little slides. That's a customized PowerPoint that we created for the age group of kinder to 1st grade. And our cafeteria manager went into 17 classrooms and provided 10-minute instructions to every one of the students on his campus. This is just an example of our signage and graphics of how much we spent on each of these items. So it gives you an idea of where you can take your money. What we wanted to do is take advantage of a local trend. If you can cover a food truck, you can cover a wall with a wall cling that is very durable. They can have anti-graffiti coating on there so you can clean those up. And I think our designs look really wonderful and add a fresh pop of color, which is current and sustainable. Here are the inside designs that we've also done, as well as the outside windows that we put. If you look at the windows, you see those designs, you think you can't see inside. Well, you can see inside as well as outside, so we can still see our customers. This is a cost breakdown of what we did. We use a design company called Collective Color outside of Los Angeles out of Los Angeles City, and that's just kind of how much we spent on both of those grants. Looking ahead, we are excited to continue to implement scorecard strategies that are beneficial to our students to improve their healthy eating habits. When you provide training to new aides and students how to make a healthier choice, they will be inclined to taste and don't waste and choose what they want and eat what they choose. We require our cafeteria managers to conduct annual scorecard assessments of all of our cafeterias to determine their reward levels, and we use the DPI process whenever we have any issues that can be corrected by using the Smarter Lunchroom 4 steps of diagnose, prescribe, implement, and evaluate. LUSD not only utilizes the creative low-cost, no-cost techniques of the Smart Lunchroom movement during lunch. We use these scorecard strategies during our Breakfast in the Classroom program, Hot Supper after-school program, and also during the summer during our Summer Food Service program. All these strategies can be effective towards any meal program, continuing to benefit all of our customers. I would like to just take a last couple seconds to express my gratitude to everything that our Dairy Council of California offers to us. We had 2 fantastic technical advisor professionals. Our TAPs were Ashley Barbie and Morgan Carey, and I want to thank them so much for their assistance with our grants, with all of their continued support for our schools. They do an amazing job with providing in-service training. They provide us fantastic ideas and are wonderful sounding boards when we run into roadblocks that we're not able to find solutions for. All of you taps on the phone, whether you are Ashley or Morgan, are much appreciated. We applaud all your efforts from LAUSD, and I believe that I speak for all of the school districts throughout California in saying fantastic job that you do. Sometimes it looks like what we do is not appreciated, but I can't tell you how much, what a great resource you are.
Great. Thank you so much, Dawn, and thank you, April. Both of your perspectives today were so helpful. Everything that you shared, I think our TAPs will take back and share with their schools, which is the whole point of this. But it's so interesting to see the impact that you've had using low and no-cost strategies for smarter lunchrooms. And it's really helpful to see it from both of your perspectives, because we have LA Unified, which is a very large school district, and then we have Plumas Lake, which is quite rural. So it's helpful to see that these strategies can be implemented in a variety of settings and can be very impactful. So thank you both so much. So we're just going to wrap it up with some quick SLM of California updates. Just a reminder, if you have any questions for Dawn or April, please type them into the chat box now and throughout the time that I'm talking, and we'll make sure to answer them at the end. So moving on to updates from the SLM of California, I just wanted to give you a couple of updates on the scorecard data that was entered last year. So it was entered from November 2016 to June 2017. So just in that time period, we had 239 scorecards entered, which was about 172 schools that were assessed just in that last school year. And within that, we had 94 schools that were assessed more than once. So they had completed at least 2 scorecards in the last school year. We also had 47 teen nutrition schools that were entered into our system, and we had a total of 41 TAPs entering data into our data collection tool. So moving forward with the current data, we're still in the process of completing our preliminary analysis. Now we're looking forward and working on combining the current data or last year's data with the previous data from years before that. And so we'll be sharing that data back out with counties and TAPs as it becomes available. Looking forward for this school year, just a quick reminder that we are using the 60-point scorecard. We are no longer using the 100-point scorecard, so please make sure that the scorecard that you're using looks like the scorecard on the screen. So you know, the trainings that we're using moving forward are only focused on the 60-point scorecard. The 100-point scorecard is no longer included in any of our trainings or any of the work that we're doing. And just a quick update on data entry for this coming school year. We are currently exploring our best options for entering data and determining what portal to use. And we will make sure to let you know before the end of November of this year what data portal to begin entering your data. So if you've already completed a scorecard for this year, hold on to that, save that to your records, and just plan to enter it in when we announce which data portal we'll be using for this coming school year. We'll be sending out an email to all of the certified TAPs with instructions on where and how to enter their data for this year. So those are all of the updates from the Smarter Lunchrooms Movement of California. We have about 7 minutes left, so please feel free to type your questions into the chat box and we'll make sure to answer them. Any questions that you have for April or Dawn or Candace or myself, we'd be happy to answer them now. Even if it doesn't necessarily have to do with this specific webinar, if you have questions about SLM in general, please type them in. This is your time. So we had one question. It says, is there space to attend the Orange County or San Bernardino trainings? So those are actually happening this week. The Orange County training is happening on Thursday and San Bernardino is happening on Friday. Right now Orange County is close to being full. There are about 2 spaces left. So for those interested in attending that training, you can contact me. You can email me I'll type my email into the chat box and you can email me directly and we'll work on something. For San Bernardino, right now we have plenty of space. So if you're interested in attending that training this Friday, please plan to just arrive to the training site and we'll make sure to get you registered on site. I can also share out the training flyer with information on where the trainings are located and what's included in the trainings and the timing and all of that. So I can share that out in a follow-up email. Any other questions? We still have about 5 minutes. There were a lot of.
This is
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. So can you maybe kind of break down the kind of special difference about this workshop as far as like because I know that there's the introductory workshop, which is kind of like the basics of the principles and practices of smarter lunchroom and behavioral economics. I was hoping that you could kind of explain the Train the Trainer workshop, which is like the first time we're doing this.
Sure. Yeah, great question. So the first part of the training, which is the morning training, is just an introduction to Smarter Lunchroom. So it focuses on the basic principles and practices, but it also walks people through the new scorecard and some of the new tools that are available through the national office, as well as the new 4-step process that they've developed. It's very hands-on. It really walks you through those 4 basic steps of implementing Smarter Lunchrooms. And then in the afternoon, the Train the Trainer is to work with people who are interested in providing trainings to local partners that are specific to the training that we did in the morning. So it's a lot of discussion around how participants see themselves delivering the training to their local audiences and how to maybe cater it to the needs of their specific stakeholders. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Great. Are there any questions about any of the resources that were shared today? Any questions for Dawn or April? I know they shared a lot of really great information. I want to make sure that people don't leave without having everything answered. Or any questions about the process for the scorecards, the data that will be shared soon from this last school year and then moving forward with entering data for this current school year. Man, we've got a quiet audience today.
While people are thinking about maybe some questions or kind of still thinking about what all that was shared, I do want to share that I'm going to put it into the chat so everyone can see it. I have been working on Twitter for the Smarter Lunchroom of California, so when you get a chance, check that out. That's where April is at and all of her efforts and some of her tips and links. It's what's going on with Smarter Lunchroom of California. There is a reception going on in the north area of California at the California School Nutrition Association, so you can find that information on Twitter and other training opportunities. I'll probably even start posting maybe some of the webinar recordings. Possibly, no, I won't because we're trying to stick this with technical advising professionals. But do check that out. And also this is a great opportunity for school districts. So if people are bursting at the seams to share something at a school district and they want to be highlighted, I think this is a fabulous opportunity for quick pictures or updates on the small successes or the big successes throughout the school year. So it's a great free marketing opportunity for them. And do consider that when you go back to your school districts to communicate with them.
Great, thanks. It is a really great resource. We should be utilizing it more. And Candace does a really great job with sharing out information. So if you have questions or if you're looking for SLM information, that's a really great resource. All right, well, it doesn't look like we have any questions, but just a reminder, this webinar is recorded, so you can refer back to it later. I'll be sending out an email with some resources and links to the recording and the PowerPoint slides later today, so you can access them and share them with your partners if you think that it is helpful. As always, we're here if you have follow-up questions, so please feel free to email me or Candace, and we'll make sure to get back to you as fast as we can. Again, thank you so much to April and Dawn. Your presentations were wonderful, and we look forward to hearing more about your future successes. And we will see you all at the next TAPS webinar, which will be in January. Save the date will be sent out a few months before that. So have a great day, and thank you all.
Thanks, Marianne.